Hello there, and thank you very much for being here today to watch this short video about the transit of the moon, when actually it reaches a position that will create an opposition with Jupiter. So yeah, it's an interesting event, and I'm going to try and explain to you how it may influence your day. That is going to be on the 1st of October 2025. Let's have a look at the chart now. So you see the moon is here at 22 degrees and 30 minutes in Capricorn. And right across is Jupiter at 22 degrees and 30 minutes in Cancer. That forms an opposition that will trigger the energy of Jupiter. So we can see that Jupiter is in harmony with the North Lunar Node, for one thing, in harmony with Saturn as well. There is a kind of harmony which is going to become stronger as time goes by, because Neptune is retrograding into Pisces. And when it is in Pisces, it will be in harmony with Cancer, therefore in harmony with Jupiter. Jupiter is going to remain in Cancer until the 30th of June next year. And there is another here, which we call a trine, which is a favorable type of configuration with the black moon, or Lilith. Well, there is a square as well, which is a discordance with Mercury, and there is another one with Chiron. So we'll need to make sure we don't sort of bypass these configurations here involving Mercury and Chiron, because in my opinion they're very important. And they could actually deter the quality of the other configurations involving the North nodes, Saturn, Neptune more or less, and the black moon. So let's review every one of them. Jupiter in Cancer is emphasizing whatever depends on emotions, family, the country as well, the place of residence, and the members of your family and so on. All that is represented by the sign Cancer, or at least it is symbolically linked to all those areas. Now, the moon represents Cancer. So naturally, because Jupiter is in Cancer, it depends more on whatever the moon is doing. And the moon will of course be in Capricorn, which is the opposite sign, where actually it represents our ability to control our emotions. But the role of the moon transiting here is more to sort of trigger the energy of Jupiter, than anything else. Although there are configurations involving it, naturally, the ones that involve Jupiter, as far as the squares are concerned, with Mercury and Chiron, because they're opposite one another. So they're squaring the moon and Jupiter. So that must probably will increase the disturbance, the potential disturbance represented by these type of configurations, which could actually show itself weather-wise, meteorological events can occur. But as far as we're concerned, we could feel at times quite excited by whatever we hear and whatever we say as well, whatever we think from what we perceive of what is going on in our life. But if we're too emotional about what is going on, we're not going to be able to control the situation. And here, Mercury represents our brains, therefore our intellect, and Chiron represents anything that has to do with health. It's retrograde in Aries. Well, Chiron has been in Aries since 2018. So it's not a recent event, but still it has had that strong influence. You know, Aries, Mars, the god of war. You know what I mean? So it means that the world is actually sick and that illness is linked to the god of war. And that applies for some countries that actually are at war for quite a while and have been so for quite a while, I would say. But it also applies to us and the way we deal with whatever is happening in our life. We may tend to want to go to war against what is not agreeing with our system, you know. So that can be, of course, conscious, but it can also be unconscious. Or if it is so, it affects the body. It affects our brain. It affects our well-being. So on that particular day, the 1st of October, that's 5:40 in the morning. So work it out according to where you are on the planet to know exactly at what time, legal time, in your place of residence this is going to happen, because it will help you deal better with what this triggering of Jupiter may represent. And as a rule, I would say, because we live in a rather negative type of society, all the so-called negative aspects in a chart tend to dominate and overpower the energies of the much more favorable and beneficial and positive aspects. That's a fact. So if you are disturbed by something that may be quite official, actually, because, well, Mercury, Jupiter, that's how we deal with the official side of life. So that's how we actually respond to what is requested from us. It's difficult to remain philosophical about what is going on when there is that type of configuration. And in a chart, in a birth chart, you will find that the person is very often overwhelming with positive thoughts and speeches, like, you know, but deep down, it may be something else. So I would say don't trust what you are going to hear and understand on that particular day. It's early in the morning, and depending on where you are on the planet, it may be even during the night. So you could be sleeping and you may have a bad dream or something like that, but it may not go any further than that. But if you are not well, physiologically not well, don't turn away from your responsibilities thinking that it is going to get better by itself. It may not. So please, you know, do what needs to be done in an orderly manner and in a rational manner as well, to avoid things to become worse. That's all there is to it. And to treat whatever needs to be treated very efficiently and quickly. Of course, the moon is not going to remain where it is at 22 degrees in Capricorn for very long, compared to Mercury, which is going to stay about maybe 5 days in Libra, but Chiron is going to remain much longer in Aries because it's only going to move out of the sign and settle in Taurus in 2017. See, so Jupiter is going to remain in Cancer until the 30th of June next year. So this configuration here will last actually about 5 days. But between Jupiter and Chiron, the story is going to last for a lot longer. So if there is something that affects you health-wise, and once again, when I talk about health, it can be health as such, but it can also be health in some area or other in your life. In that case, it would be interesting to have a look at your birth chart and compare your birth chart with those configurations. If you want that, and if you request a reading of some sort, just visit our website and you'll find the information to do so. So, the trines now. You see the trine with the black moon, for example, because it creates a sextile with the moon at the same time. So the black moon represents a dark zone, something that you may not have treated like it should. So you're worried about it, or you don't want to worry about it. Maybe you're not really proud of what a dark moon is, but at the same time it may not be something drastic. But still, on that day and time, the moment could be ripe to shed some light and to share what that black moon is with whoever, so that you can actually, unveil what is hidden in that zone of your life. And that zone can be an area of your life, of course, depending on your birth chart and where this position of the black moon transiting in Scorpio relates to. Knowing that the black moon is going to remain 9 months in this sign. Well, it's been in it for quite a while already, about 6 months. So there is probably another 3 months or so before the black moon changes sign to transit in Sagittarius. But until it is in Sagittarius, it's in harmony with Jupiter. And that's a good thing, because it does help us deal with the dark zones in our life. And it helps us understand and treat that dark zone as it should. And the other trine involving the North Lunar Node shows that it is the direction that we should be taking. I mean, the North Lunar Node represents that to which we should be tending to go. So we tend to go toward the spiritual dimension of our life. That's very important. Because whatever that dimension is to you, and however you express it, or deal with it, or understand it, maybe through religion, it doesn't matter. What matters is the connection with the spiritual dimension of our life, knowing that it is much stronger and that it will live a lot longer than our physical self. So, the fact that it is in harmony with Jupiter enhances the need to actually mix the philosophical approach to life and the spiritual approach. And that is converging toward the black moon. So perhaps that dark zone is something that will help you improve your life if you're prepared to deal with it, to accept it, and to show it as it is, to share it, and even perhaps to impose it. Well, I made a mistake here. Sorry about it, but I'm going to fix it for you. That's what the dark zone, improved by Jupiter, generosity, open-mindedness, that's what is requested now. So stop lying about yourself about what the dark moon represents, because it's going to be over very easily if you accept to make the effort. So the moon is going to keep on transiting, of course, and about 16 hours, maybe less, 15 hours later, it will enter in Aquarius, where it will meet with Pluto. And that will be the subject of the next video that I will put online and realize for you. So for now, I thank you very much once again to be here and watching my videos, being, who you are, and very, well, I would say faithful. And that for some of you for many years already. That's amazing. And that's a real motivation, knowing that you are always here to watch my videos and to listen to what I have to say. I may be raving at times, but I enjoy it. I am very passionate about astrology and about humankind as well. So all the very best to you. Take care, especially on that day, but don't hesitate, to move forward and to reach out for whatever is enlightenment to you and to this dark zone. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye for now.